Taylor, this is the podcast we've all been waiting for. Why you need white space on your calendar. And holy moly, this is something I'm even going to lean into as we talk about it. It's so important. I'm going to get better at practice what I preach, but that white space on your calendar, that sort of break, that pause, that sort of efficient pause, maybe if I could say it like that, is so important. So let's dive in.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
We see this so frequently with agencies. They think that once I hire a client account manager, I'm finally going to get to all these other things in my business, or I'm going to take vacation and I'm going to only work 10 hours a week. But what we see so often is that they just fill up their calendar with other stuff. And we see it time and time again. And Katie and I both say that we're both guilty for it, but we're so addicted to being busy, and it can be so difficult to spend time not doing things. And it might feel like you're wasting time if you're not scheduling something or constantly having activities within the business that you're working on, or maybe you're anxious at the thought of slowing down and not getting things done. So we actually have a feedback loop within our agency where we ask all of our clients how we're doing, how, things have changed since they brought on an account manager. And we want to give you an example of one of our agencies. We have been working with him for a while now. And, we surveyed him and said, okay, how are we doing? How are we checking things off?
I definitely want to talk to this just like scenario as like being something very real. And if we can even like take it to our agency owners, this feedback flow, this is something that we need to work on early on. They're telling us that they need help with something and we have to deliver on that, or else we're not doing our job, right? Like this agency owner wanted more time in their calendar. They wanted more time to grow and scale their business. So we asked, how are we delivering on that? It was only 3 out of 5. So we're like, how can we get time back on your calendar? And it really was the CAM allowing that person the extra time, but then them filling it up. So we're like, no, like, what is the kind of differentiating here? What's the thing that is different? It's not filled up with client communication. It's not filled up with meetings and reports and all that stuff. It's filled up with really great business development and really awesome growth and scale and sales meetings and all that good stuff. So much so, I know I'm in tune with this sort of agency owner following the journey. They've since bought their own space to open it up exclusively for podcasting. So now that calendar is full, but in a very different way. It's 5 out of 5. The client account managers are really delivering on what that agency needs. Plus, it's obvious, proof is in the pudding, that they've actually grown. They've gotten an additional space. That's 2 spaces, one dedicated to a podcast, which we know is a huge undertaking. And he has that time in his calendar to do that. Amazing.
And I think this really shows that when you're thinking about your goals of growing your agency, obviously you want more time for things, but what is the time that you're actually working? What are you doing? So like having an audit, like maybe something in your project management software where you're consistently auditing what you're spending your time on, because for this specific agency, they feel like they don't have more time, but what they're working on is so much more valuable and it's growing and scaling their business. So when we're thinking about white space on your calendar, yes, you need more time, but also you want to have a team that's running 80% of your business without you when it comes to the day-to-day functioning of your clients, project management, contractors, media buyers. You want to make sure that that's covered. So then when you are filling up your calendar, it's on podcasts, biz dev, conferences, things like that are actually going to move the needle. Taking a quick pause on today's episode to talk to you about the beginning of a referral-worthy client experience. I want to introduce you to our complete onboarding package for digital marketing agencies. So this isn't your first rodeo. You know the client experience can make or break a project. Forget the blood, sweat, and tears that you and your team have poured into a project. If the client doesn't feel as important as their project, you won't land those referrals your business is banking on. But who has the time to baby their clients and promise them the results? The good news is onboarding your clients is the beginning of that referral-worthy client experience and your secret to repeat clients. And in the complete onboarding package, we're showing you how to onboard your clients like professional client account managers. That's us. So what is the complete onboarding package? It is everything you need to know about onboarding. As dedicated client account managers for some of the world's most successful digital marketing agencies, we've onboarded more clients than we can count. We've tried and tested and retested our process to get it perfect. And that is now this complete onboarding package. From the sales call to the launch, the complete onboarding package shows you how we onboarded clients into digital marketing agencies step by step, including the exact tools and templates we use with real clients. You'll get a 24 step-by-step guide, 22 in-depth video tutorials, and more than 18 tools and templates, so you can take action right away, swipe, implement right into your agency. So if you are an agency, make sure you head over to clientaccountmanager.com/onboarding to get your hands on the complete onboarding package.
I actually was just talking to this client account manager that works on that account inside that agency, and the goal was to be fired. He wanted to be fired from his business.
I love that.
He wants to be taken out. He wants to do these other things. And you know what? It's like literally we're just tipping the whatever it is right now. We're almost there, which is so close because it's really incredible to see. I'm following the Instagram stories. I'm on the journey. So it is so great to see that they're finally reaching that goal of being fired from their business, which is such a great way to put it, right?
I love that.
And just really focusing on that, not only focusing on that, like you said, biz dev, growth, sales, all that stuff, but knowing that the client account manager is like good. They're good.
Mhm. Yeah.
They have it covered. No worry. I'm going to just do my thing. I'm fired. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And I think like going back to like that auditing piece, right? Like we see it so often, even I've done this, right? Like I've worked in agency, I've been super, super busy, and then also working on Dot and Company. And then as soon as I transitioned my client account, then I was still just as busy, but I was doing way more valuable stuff. And even same for Katie, right? Like she's transitioned to managing the team, overseeing the hiring, and she's super busy, just as busy as she always was, but it's a different busy, way more valuable. So it's also like consistently reevaluating where you're spending your time, making sure you have white space, of course, but also just making sure that you have a team that's supporting you to allow you to grow.
Coupled with 2 hacks that you must do. So I know what you're asking yourself, the burning question, Katie, Taylor, how do I put white space in my calendar? 2 things that changed my life. We have a Calendly scheduling link. I put in, you can't book before or after those meetings, especially after. So you have that time to recap, regroup, have a personal moment before moving on to the next. And I'm putting in my calendar, not that Taylor, you ever creep me out, but you'll see in there like Dot development. That's 2 hours on Mondays dedicated to growing Dot's business. Dot development on Fridays afternoons. Who wants to have a meeting on Friday afternoon? I'm dedicating that to Dot development. So you'll see these chunks in my calendar that can't be booked. It's dedicated time. It's there. It's white space. Being able to just kind of take that time away from meetings is really important.
Look at you.
Growth over here, people.
Oh, amazing. Well, hopefully this helped you just like reevaluate, think about where you're spending your time. If you don't have a team that's already running most of your business, maybe it's time to think about that so that you can get more white space. But hopefully this gave you like a little refresh of your calendar. But thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Happy Clients podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers to happy clients.